So before we head to the mat to do our psoas practice, I just wanted to show you the psoas real quick. The psoas attaches, it's a big muscle, it attaches to your bottom vertebrae on your back, in the back, and then it comes forward through your pelvis and around, and then attaches again in the back on the femur bone. So you can see it's a really big muscle that attaches your back to your legs. It's a really important muscle. When you feel anxious, that muscle tightens up. That's the muscle that sends us into like a fight or flight. When we start to go into that feeling, that muscle tenses up. And so if we can, the opposite is also true. If that muscle is tight in your body, then you can start to feel anxious and not okay and just feel more jittery. And so we want to try to, we're going to gently tone this muscle, we're going to gently lengthen it, and then we're going to release it, because that's what we're really looking for, is that release. And it makes it really hard to go into a state of rest and digest. And that's what we're looking for, is to be in a state of rest and digest more, because that's where health and healing and those kinds of things happen. Okay, so I'll see you on the mat. Okay, this is our slow flow to tone and release that psoas. So go ahead and stand up and find your psoas. So the psoas comes from your low back. It's that big muscle that comes around, and then it goes down through your pelvis and connects with your femur bone in the back. So you can kind of feel it coming here through the groin area. So place your hands on your hip points, on your pelvis here, and then slide your hands down and see if you can find that little crease between your thigh bone and your belly, and then slide your hands down a little more, give a little pressure, and see if you can feel into that muscle there. So you can find that mind-body connection with your psoas. That's what we're looking for. Step your feet about hip width apart. Stand up nice and tall, and then you can either keep your hands here, or if you feel like you have that mind-body connection, go ahead and release your hands. Soften or close your eyes. Rock back and forth to feel into your feet. And now feel that connection with the earth as you find a place where you feel grounded through all four corners of both feet. Stand up nice and tall. Soften your shoulders. Reach your fingertips down to the floor if your hands are released. And reach up tall through the crown of your head. And start to connect with your breath. And see if on your exhales you can send a little breath. Imagine you can send it to that psoas, softening just gently. So you want to have a little tuck in your tailbone so that you're standing up nice and firm through your core. And so your psoas is going to be working while you're standing here. But you can also start to soften it a little bit just with that mind-body connection with your breath. So start to slow your breath. We're going to go into some equal breathing. So inhale for 5. And exhale for 5. So you're inhaling for 5 through the nose, and then exhale through your nose also as you slow that breath down. As your breath slows, feel your body start to settle. Settle into that grounded feeling through your feet. And continue to bring that awareness to the psoas, allow it to soften. And then as you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. I want you to keep that little tuck in your seat. Now reach your arms overhead and see if you can feel that little bit of lengthening through the psoas. In fact, reach your arms up, take a little back bend as much as you'd like, as long as you keep that tailbone and that seat tucked under. Feel the length. Exhale, bring your hands to your thighs, bend your knees, hinge forward. Let the crown of your head drop down. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up, find that little tuck in your tailbone. Reach up, lengthen. Exhale, hands to thighs, knees bend, come on down. Now we're going to flow just nice and slow with your breath. Inhale, reach forward. Take that little back bend. Exhale, bring your hands to your thighs. Come on down, bend your knees. Release the crown of your head. Inhale, reach forward, come up. Back bend. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, reach forward. Find that spinal extension, lengthen through the psoas. Exhale, bend your knees, release the crown of your head. Inhale. We're going to pause here, but keep breathing, lengthening through that psoas. And then release your hands down. All right. Take a step forward with your left foot, step back with your right, and then bend that left knee. We're coming into a crescent lunge, so come up onto the ball of your back foot. Your back knee is bent. Let that tailbone pull down. Find that little tuck. Bring your hands to your heart. On an inhale, open your arms out wide. On an exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Straighten that front leg. So inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, use your core to pull you back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, come back. Let's add that breath. So we're going to inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. This time we're going to pause here in the pose. See if you can feel that lengthening through that psoas. So this is kind of like a runner's lunge pose. And when your body goes into fight or flight, it tenses up the psoas because you're ready to run. So we're just gently inviting it to soften up a little bit. Go ahead and bring your hands into your heart. Straighten that front leg. Step the back leg forward. Soften or close your eyes. And notice what you can feel. Notice if you can feel a difference between that right and left psoas. Okay, let's do the other side. Step your right foot forward, step your left leg back. Whoop, you can have about 3 or 4 inches between your legs. Bend through that right knee, so the right knee stacks over your right ankle. The back knee is bent also. The toe is up. Bring your hands to your heart. Pull your tailbone down. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, straighten the leg as you bring the hands into your heart. Maybe this time you can see if when you bring your hands into your heart, you can change directions, like change which hand touches your heart and which hand is on top. Let's add that breath. Inhale for 5. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time we're going to come into the pose and pause. Bend that right knee, soften through your shoulders. Feel that lengthening of your psoas in the back left. And then press yourself forward, come back into your Tadasana. Pause or soften or close your eyes. Notice what you're feeling in your body now. Any sensations? On an inhale, let's reach those arms up. Take the little back bend. Exhale, hands to knees. Bend your knees. Come on down. Inhale, reach up forward. Lengthen all the way up. Exhale, hands to thighs, bend your knees, release the crown of your head. Inhale to back bend. Exhale, bend your knees, come on down, stay here in your forward fold. And then bring your hands to the floor, come on down onto your hands and knees. We'll take a couple of cat-cows here to release the spine. So inhale, drop your belly, lift your head and chest. Exhale, round through your spine, bring your chin into your chest. Inhale, release. Exhale, press the floor away as you round through your spine. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round it out. Come back to your neutral spine. We're going to go ahead and come all the way down onto the mat. So come all the way down onto your floor. Coming into a Sphinx pose. So bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Spread your palms out wide. Press your pelvis down. Press the tops of your feet down. And then reach forward with your chest. Slide your chest forward. Look straight ahead. No need to crank your head up. Just look straight ahead. Find a little lengthening through your belly, and then see if you can tune into those psoas muscles again. Maybe rock side to side, giving them a little gentle massage. Okay, release. All right, we're going to go on to our backs. So if you have a block, grab a block. Another thing that can work really nice here is a pillow. So I'm going to use a pillow for this one because we don't need to be up super high. So come onto your back. Lie on the floor with your knees bent. And then slide that block or that pillow right underneath your hips. Go low, so you're underneath the sacrum, that flat part of your back, instead of on your vertebra. And bend your knees. So we just have a little lift. If this bothers your low back or you have something going on in your low back, you can do this on the floor too. This just helps you to be able to feel this in your psoas a little bit more. We're going to extend the left leg out long and pull the right knee in, but I want you to clasp behind the thigh and just pull it in until you feel a nice lengthening through this left psoas. So that means you don't have to go super far. If we pull it in too far, we're overstretching that psoas. We just want a gentle little, as soon as you start to feel it, then stop. So this is a psoas release. So you can flex that left foot, lengthen out through that left leg. Just find some length there. And hold on to this right leg. We're going to stay here for about a minute. You can stay for 1 to 3 minutes to really give that psoas a nice release. So allow your belly to start to soften. And use your exhales to help you release. You can soften through your shoulders. You might notice that you're really gripping and holding this leg. Allow it to soften a little bit. And then just enjoy this release. Just a couple more breaths. Okay, go ahead and release this right leg down. If it's comfortable, you can send it out long. And again, pause for just a moment and notice what you might be feeling different in the left and right psoas. Bend your knees and bring that left knee in. We're going to send the right leg out long and then pull that right knee in until you start to feel that lengthening. So really tune in. As soon as you start to feel it, you know you're in the right place, and then soften. We'll be here for another minute and a half or so. So come back to those deep breaths. You can come back to your equal breath if you'd like, of inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. Couple of more breaths. See what you can soften. Continue to lengthen out through that right leg. Maybe press down into your heel to find a little length through that right leg. And then release the left leg down. And pause and notice what you feel. Walk your feet back in. Press your hips up. Take that pillow or block out from your low back. And last, we're going to come into a constructive rest to kind of bring that psoas. We're really going to release it now after strengthening it a little bit and releasing it, lengthening it. So step your feet out wide. Keep your knees bent. Let your knees knock together. You might want to use that block or that pillow to place between your knees because you want this to be nice and comfortable. Feet are out wide. And then see if you can find a little length in your low back. So maybe tuck your low back under, lengthen through your spine, lengthen out through your neck. You can let your hands rest on your belly or out to your sides. And really feel that space that you're creating in your low back. And we're totally releasing the psoas now. This is so good. If you get lower back pain, that psoas can cause that lower back pain sometimes if it gets tight, along with helping you or causing you to feel not okay. So this pose can be really great to release your back also. And just every exhale, invite your body to release. Invite the psoas to release. Invite your low back to release. Invite your belly to soften. And feel that connection with your feet on the floor. And everything that's touching the floor. Feel the connection of your seat, your back, your shoulders, your head. And then again, stay here for 1 to 5 minutes. We're going to finish up now. You can stay here as long as you'd like. When you're finished, go ahead and roll over onto your side for a minute and then press yourself up. And when you're all finished, just notice how your psoas feel. Notice how your nervous system feels. I'll see you next time.